What's going on, guys? It's Pluto again. We back with another one. Look, I woke up this morning and I heard something in my spirit. And I kept on repeating it before I went to the gym. I wake up every morning around 3:45, between 3:45 and 5 a.m. in the morning. And I kept on hearing in my spirit, unshakable, crazy faith. I kept hearing that, unshakable, crazy faith. All throughout the four Gospels, as Jesus was performing miracles, majority of his miracles were about faith. Majority of Jesus's miracles were about faith. They were all faith-based, Like, for example, in Luke chapter 8, you had the woman with the issue of blood. She said, only if I could touch the hem of his garment may I be healed. And she touched the hem of his garment and she was healed. Or in Matthew chapter 14, when Jesus walking on the water and Peter called to him, Lord, if that's you, then let me come to you. Okay? He was able to walk on the water. But I'm going to say this. It's one particular story that stood out to me the most in the Bible. And that's Matthew chapter 17 that spoke about a boy being healed. Now, before I go into that, I'm going to say this right now. I had spoke about in one of my videos about having, unshakable faith, unshakable crazy faith, because that is how we're going to get through this life. That's how we're going to get through what we're going through in this life. Okay? Is we have to have faith in him. We have to believe on him because he's the only way. He's the only way and he's the only truth. Okay? So I'm going to say this in Matthew chapter 17, a boy was healed by Jesus. It was a boy healed by Jesus. Jesus, he healed a lot. There were people traveling, okay? They were coming from out of town to see Jesus. They were coming from across, some of them probably was coming across the world to see Jesus. Because they believed that he would heal them. They believed. Okay? This is what this was. Oh, there's a man over the hill over there. He's healing people. Well, we got to go see him. We got to go see him right now. Because I need help. Okay? But listen, let me break this down let me get into Matthew chapter 17 with the boy being healed. Now, this account is also recorded in Mark chapter 9 and Mark chapter 9, 14, and it's also recorded in Luke chapter 9, 37. Okay, and let me tell you what's going on here. So Jesus is amongst the multitude, doing what he does. And all of a sudden, a man comes up to him. Okay? This story really stood out to me, guys. Like, really listen, pay attention to this. Catch this now, catch this. A man came up to Jesus and said, Lord, my son is epileptic. He said he keeps on falling into the fire and he keeps on falling into the water. And I brought him to your disciples. Catch this now. I brought him to your disciples, but they could not heal him. Did you hear what I just said? He said, I brought him to your disciples, but they could not heal him. Now, this is a very interesting thing that's going on right here. The dialogue, this caught my attention Listen to this now. This caught my attention because of the dialogue between this man and Jesus about his son. This is why this story stood out to me so. So this was, the young boy was the paraplegic. And this stood out so because Jesus said some very interesting things. Okay? He said, the young boy's father said, I brought him to your disciples, but they could not heal him. And then Jesus said to the man, let me tell you what Jesus said to the man. He said, "O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you?" He said, "How long shall I bear with you?" How many times do I got to tell you for you until you gonna get it? I'm not gonna be here all day. I'm not gonna be here always. You're gonna have to get this before I leave. You're gonna have to get this before I leave, okay? He said, "Oh, faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I bear with you?" And then Jesus said, "Okay, bring me the boy." He said, "Bring me the boy." And Jesus performed a miracle. Okay? Jesus actually, he was going to make it happen anyway. He was going to have it happen. This boy was going to be healed anyway, no matter what. Okay? The boy was going to be healed anyway. So then after the boy was healed, the disciples come to Jesus real privately. And they said, like, Lord, why couldn't we do it? Why couldn't we do that? Why couldn't we heal him? And listen what Jesus said. He said, "Because of your unbelief." Did you hear what I just said? He said, "Because of your unbelief. That's why you couldn't heal him." Okay? It's the heart. It's the belief in your heart. The disciples could have healed this boy if they had believed in their heart. If they had believed. See, the man already believed that the disciples and Jesus was going to be able to heal his son. He already believed because they had that type of power. They had that type of power, y'all. Okay? So he said, "Because of your unbelief." And one thing from this was that because of the disciples had unbelief in their heart, the boy wasn't able to be healed by none of them. Jesus already believed that he was going to be able to. Jesus already knew that he was going to be able to heal this boy. He already knew, okay? He already knew he was going to heal this boy. He already knew that the boy was going to come to them and he was going to teach his disciples a lesson from it. You feel what I'm saying? This is real. He said, "Because of your unbelief." But the thing about it, because the disciples didn't believe, they weren't able to do it. Let me tell you something. Catch this now. Catch this. It takes faith from both sides. The healer and the healee. It takes faith from both sides, the healer and the healee. Okay? Whatever's going on in your life, whatever's happening right now, you have to have faith that you are about to come out of this thing. You have to have faith that things are going to work out in your favor. The storm don't last always. It don't last always. It just don't. It's always over at some point. Go out today and believe on him. And that is my message for today. Believe. Unshakable, crazy faith. You guys have an amazing day. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video as many times. And honestly, Pluto will see you on the other side.